The Backrooms is a strange place that nobody should really ever go to because it is endless and full of danger. But some people can't help but want to explore it anyway, which has led to some pretty interesting footage being captured by those brave enough to venture in. Today we'll be looking at some of that footage that they don't want you to see. Before we get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more great videos. Also stick around until the end if you can, because the last one is the most terrifying. Endless hallways. When you think of the Backrooms, the first thing that comes to mind are probably the endless hallways. This is likely what the majority of the Backrooms consists of. And this is where a lot of people who enter the Backrooms end up getting lost forever. The walls are a sickly yellow color, and the carpet is a sickly brown color with no pattern to it. It just continues on forever in every direction you look. There's no end to the hallway, or at least it seems that way. Some people say that there is no time like silence in these halls, but others have heard some strange noises echoing down the halls. Others have said that the silence is the worst part of it. No matter how long you stay in the halls, it will drive you insane. A man was walking through the Backrooms in a live stream when he encountered a strange door. He wasn't sure if it was real or not, so he decided to investigate. When he opened the door, it revealed another hallway. However, this one was different. The walls were a darker shade of yellow, and the carpet was a darker shade of brown. He walked down the hallway and came across another door. This one was a bright red color. He hesitated for a moment, but then decided to open it. On the other side was a blinding white light. He shielded his eyes and walked through the door. The light didn't hurt his eyes as much as he thought it would. He could still see, but everything was white. He couldn't see any of the yellow walls or brown carpet anymore. All he could see was white. He tried to turn back, but he couldn't remember how he got there. He started to panic and scream, but nobody could hear him. He was completely alone. Then he started to black out. The last thing he saw was the white light before everything went black. This is one of the scariest things that I have ever seen in my life. The Mandela Catalog. If you've seen the Mandela Catalog, then you know that it is one of the most terrifying things that I have ever seen in my life. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and check it out. The Mandela Catalog is a series of videos that were found on a hidden website. The videos show a man who is trapped in the Backrooms and is slowly losing his sanity. The videos are very dark and disturbing, and they are not for the faint of heart, but they are also incredibly well made, and the story is really intriguing. I won't spoil anything here, but I will say that the ending will leave you speechless. If you can handle disturbing and dark content, then I highly recommend checking out the Mandela Catalog. Just be warned, it will leave you traumatized. Strange entities. One of the most terrifying things about the Backrooms is the fact that there are strange entities that live there. These entities are not from our world, and they are very dangerous. Some people say that they've seen human-like figures that are made of flesh and teeth. Others have seen strange creatures that crawl around on all fours. There are even some who say that they've seen eyes in the walls that are watching them at all times. No matter what you do, the entities will find you and kill you. There was a man who was exploring the Backrooms when he heard a noise. He turned around and saw a creature that looked like a humanoid made out of flesh and teeth. It was crawling towards him, and it had a very creepy smile on its face. The man screamed and ran, but the creature was too fast for him. It caught up to him and dragged him into a dark room. The man never came out of that room. Some people say that he was killed by the creature, while others say that he simply disappeared. Another person was exploring the Backrooms when they saw a pair of eyes in the wall. They didn't think much of it, so they continued on their way, but then the eyes started to follow them. They turned around and saw that the eyes were now staring directly at them. They tried to ignore it, but the eyes wouldn't stop following them. They eventually turned around and ran, but the eyes were still there. They ran as fast as they could, but the eyes seemed to be everywhere. They were in the walls, and the ceiling, and the floor. They were everywhere. The person eventually tripped and fell to the ground. They looked up and saw the eyes staring down at them. The person screamed, and then everything went black. We don't know what happened to them, but we can only assume that the entities took them away. Mysterious figures. In addition to the strange creatures that inhabit the backrooms, there are also mysterious figures that have been spotted. These figures appear to be humans, but they are not from our world. They seem to be from another dimension or reality altogether. Some people say that they've seen these figures standing in the hallways or sitting in rooms. Others have said that they've interacted with them and that they are very friendly. However, I would advise against interacting with them because they may not be what they seem. There was a person who was exploring the backrooms when they came across a group of these figures. They were standing in a circle and chanting something. The person tried to listen in on them, but they couldn't understand what they were saying. The person decided to leave, but as they were leaving, one of the figures turned around and looked at them. The figure had a very creepy smile on its face and it waved at them. The person froze and then started to run. They didn't know what these figures were, but they didn't want to stick around to find out. Noises. The backrooms is a very silent place, but sometimes you can hear strange noises coming from the walls or the ceiling. These noises are very unsettling and they can make you feel like you're going crazy. Some people say that they've heard voices whispering to them, while others have heard screams in the middle of the night. No matter what you do, the noises will continue on and they will drive you mad. A person was exploring the backrooms when they started to hear strange noises coming from the walls. They ignored it at first, but then the noises started to get louder. They turned around and saw that the walls were moving. The walls were breathing. They watched in horror as the walls started to open up and strange creatures started to crawl out. The person screamed and ran, but the creatures were too fast for them. They caught up to them and dragged them into the walls. The person never came out. Personal experiences. There are many people who have claimed to have experienced the backrooms firsthand. Some say that they were simply walking through the halls when they suddenly found themselves in the backrooms. Others say that they were pulled into the backrooms by a mysterious force. And still others say that they entered the backrooms through a portal that appeared in their bedroom. One person who claimed to have been in the backrooms said that it was the most terrifying experience of their life. They said that the endless hallways and the strange creatures that inhabited them made them feel like they were going crazy. They eventually found a way out of the backrooms, but they said that they would never go back there again. Another person who claimed to have been in the backrooms said that it was actually a very peaceful place. They said that they enjoyed walking through the halls and exploring the different rooms. They never saw any strange creatures and they never heard any unsettling noises. They said that they felt a sense of calm and serenity while they were there. Conclusion footage that I've shown you today is only a small fraction of what's out there. There are countless videos and images of the backrooms that have been captured by those brave enough to explore it. What do you think of the backrooms? Have you ever been there yourself? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, then make sure to hit that thumbs up button.